Καλημέρα σας, κύριοι βουλευτές, κύριοι γενικοί γραμματές, κύριοι πρέσβεις, κυρίες και κύριοι. Ευχαριστώ τους οργανωτές για την πρόσκληση να συμμετέχω σε αυτή την συνάντηση με το τόσο σημαντικό θέμα της επίδρασης της ναυτιλίας στη διεθνή κοινωνία. Είναι γεγονός ότι η ανάπτυξη της ναυτιλίας παράλληλα συμβάλλει στην ανάπτυξη της διεθνούς κοινωνίας και όχι μόνο, διότι είναι πολλές οι μορφές επιδράσεως της ναυτιλίας στο διεθνή χώρο που θα αναπτυχθούν από μιλητές εδώ σήμερα. Εγώ θέλω να αναφερθώ στο πολιτιστικό στοιχείο και στην αλληλεπικοινωνία των λαών μέσα από την ναυτιλία. Ladies and gentlemen, the global impact of shipping. Now, there's a subject that I can speak on for hours, from its contribution to humanity to its contribution to technology. Shipping does have a huge impact on all aspects of our daily life, and I'm sure that the distinguished speakers at today's conference will amaze and please some of us as much as they will introduce controversial concepts that will disappoint others. Many of the obstacles which undermine the smooth and efficient operations of maritime transportation will be presented today. Hopefully, these views will serve as a catalyst for a meaningful discussion around the solutions to these problems. Maritime transportation is rightfully acknowledged as the most efficient mode of transport, both financially and environmentally, ton-mile for ton-mile, compared to any other mode in use today, Hollywood excluded. The contribution to commercial shipping in dealing with global problems is evident in its services to developing nations and impoverished populations by its collaboration with various UN and charitable organizations. Environmentally, we are an ostensibly clean industry, yet we have grabbed the climate change bull by the horns, and we are producing more efficient hull forms and more efficient engines. As an industry, we're spending millions on developing and implementing the use of alternative fuels and other ways of reducing our environmental footprint, from burning LNG to cold ironing in ports all over the world. As in every high-valued industry, there are the occasionally narrow-minded, inexperienced, or underqualified bureaucrats who introduce legislation that inadvertently harms the less fortunate sections of the population that the policies were originally introduced to protect. I would like to focus on the cultural benefits of merchant shipping. We should not disregard the significant effect the maritime transport industry to the understanding between people and the nations. Shipping professions are a common denominator between peoples of different culture, either at sea or in land-based shipping professions. There is a common language and understanding amongst the members of the shipping community. This is an universal culture that characterizes the worldwide maritime cluster, the effect of which, I believe, is bringing down barriers and is improving global understanding. Every nation has its own maritime cluster, whether it is virtual or physical, and it encompasses all the industry sectors of its nation. Greece has its own maritime cluster, Maritime Hellas, Navigate the Greek Cluster, which encompasses all parts of the Greek shipping industry throughout Greece. I believe George Alexandratos, the Deputy Chairman of the Hellenic Chamber of Shipping, will elaborate on this later in the day. Multiculturalism is the basic ingredient of globalization, not only for our economies, but for fostering an environment that produces modern citizens of the world. I once came across a crew list on a cruise ship that consisted of 17 different nationalities who worked harmoniously to ensure the overall efficient and safe operation of the vessel, as is required in this particular shipping sector. People actively involved in day-to-day routine matters in ports all around the world successfully cross language, ethnicity, cultural boundaries to solve complex shipping problems involving such matters as bills of lading, security, customs, shipboard operations as loading and discharging, that are invariably complicated by unique local conditions and regulations. These are all solved daily, without fanfare, with communication that invariably starts with the expression, "my friend," by people of different nationalities and with limited language skills, but with a common universal language of the maritime industry. How our world would be if this work ethics model was globally the norm. Perhaps shipping has a bigger impact on society and can offer more to the world than we presently realize, beyond technology and beyond financially efficient mass transport systems. In truth, we all deserve a pat on the back, not only for our environmental record, but for our safety record and our contribution to society. I am sure that the theme of this conference, with the impressive list of contributing speakers, will result in interesting and productive discussions, and perhaps we will all leave with a more positive image of the shipping industry. I hope that I've been able to contribute to the conference by putting forward a particular aspect of the global impact of shipping. Thank you for your attention.